Weapons can be some of the most unique and enjoyable aspects of a game. A personal favourite game of mine, Terraria, has some of the widest variety of weapons I've seen in any game. You've got this sword that's actually just a piece of ham, you've got this anchor that you can chuck out at people, you've got a bow that rains down arrows from the sky, you even got a dolphin that shoots bullets. Party games are also pretty damn fun. Messing around with friends, blowing each other up, purposely sabotaging them, and just screwing them over in any way possible is one of the purest forms of fun I find myself experiencing in a game. So what if we combine the two? That's Duck Game. You have the explosions, you have the sabotaging, you have the teabagging. However, first off, what the hell is a duck game? Duck Game is a multiplayer game, where you and some friends play as ducks, running around with guns, grenades, landmines, and God knows what else, trying to murder each other for virtual points and trophies. Get hit once by anything, and you die. You can pick up and throw pretty much everything with various effects. Use a jetpack to snipe someone on the other end of the arena, and pretty much anything else. Why are these ducks doing this? No clue. But oh boy, is it fun. This game is pretty similar to what my team wants to do for Assignment 1B, being a party game where your aim is to kill everyone else using various weaponry and tactics. Doing this, I want to mostly find out what makes a good weapon specifically in a party game environment, and how this leads to a fun and enjoyable aesthetic. Using the NDA framework, this will be the main subject of this analysis. With that being said... oh boy, are there some creative guns here. We'll start off here with the blunderbuss. A powerful weapon, sure, but the fact that you have to sit there for... four whole seconds, vulnerable, makes it potentially a better idea to just throw away the weapon and find a better gun. Speaking of throwing, there are grenades. Simple, but effective. Conversely, you could, well, yeah, oops. Now, this gun, the aptly named Suicide Pistol, is really unique. Here it is in action. Yep, Punisher's button mashes. This is a really unique take on controlling the dynamics of a party game that I honestly can't think of any similar examples in other games. Sure, there are RNG elements in other games that punish you, but something that takes an otherwise positive action and uses it against the player? And that's new, and really changes the dynamic of get gun, spam, shoot, throw away, repeat. Also, it's hilarious to see.
Put it down, man. That's too much power for you. You're not ready yet.
Nah, man.
Just put it...
I can handle it.
Put it down!
I can handle it, man!
Go! This gun requires a master's touch.
However, this gun can actually be used really well, and rewards those who pay attention to what gun they have. There's actually a fair bit of tech or mechanical skill that goes on inside this game, and you most likely wouldn't realize much of it when playing with friends. This is mostly out of scope of this video, but there's always the possibility of accidentally doing something really, really sick.
What the? Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
Oh, holy shit, text.
Do that?
Which immediately makes the aesthetic much more joyful. This can also be showcased when using a gun that just makes everyone laugh. Take the neck gun. I want to look at this stage specifically. The simple design of the stage centered around the guns makes this level usually quite straightforward, but still a laugh every time you load into it. The fact that everyone just sits there, falling into the void, helpless as they watch, is just a bit of fun. The rarity of these situations makes them that much more intense and enjoyable. The neck gun, by the way, is a pretty damn fun gun to use. Slightly overpowered, yes, but that's honestly not a big deal when everyone has equal access to it. It can also make for some extremely dramatic kills, or in some cases, taunting gone wrong.
Oh, fuck. Ah!
It's him. While this isn't always going to be the case, the mechanics certainly present the opportunity for players to screw around with each other, and can naturally affect the dynamics of the game, depending on the players' dynamics with each other. Speaking of which... a good example of this is Duck Game tournaments. I know, shocking. A somewhat popular game has a competitive scene, even in a party game, yes. But here, the dynamics and aesthetics are completely different, despite the mechanics being the exact same. Just watch this. What the hell is even going on here? The entire game is just so different when pros play the game. Now, with any good game comes a strategy. Be it camping, rush down, pretending to die, whatever it is. These are all emergent from the mechanics themselves. Get a lucky kill with a shotgun, teabag and crack on top of your opponent's dead body. Don't get any good weapons, just pretend you've somehow died already. Yep, you can do that. These are all results of how the game's designed. I've gone over a few specific guns and how they change the dynamics of the game, but let's go a little more in depth. There's a few guns that are, well, kinda useless. These instruments do nothing else other than get in your way. In this level, everyone spawns in the small room on this stage, surrounded by nothing but instruments. Now, while you could go out in search of guns that actually do something useful, you could just find yourself with your friends button mashing as hard as you can on the trumpet or piano. And that is until someone breaks the truce and kills everyone in an instant.
Moby Dick, baby! Yeah, my God, my one! Encore.
There's also the more generic examples. The dueling pistol is a gun that only has one bullet. Use it, and the gun is useless. This changes the dynamic of combat, making it less of a bullet hell with everyone spamming their guns as fast as possible, to more of a strategic timing game. When do you use your bullet? What happens if you miss? How hard do you get punished if you do? This dynamic thought process is exactly what happens when a developer, intentionally or otherwise, creates unique guns that each have their own purpose in the game. Yes, even the instruments. Now, stepping away from that game for a second, I want to specifically analyze what kind of aesthetic do party games look to achieve? When someone boots up Mario Party on the Switch at a hangout at a friend's house, or someone suggests we play Among Us for the 6th time this month, what do I actually expect the night to look like? I'm sure most people would probably come to a similar conclusion. A night full of laughter, unexpected results, and a good amount of salt. Now, that last one might come as a surprise, but a good bit of salt stops repetitive gameplay from seeming nearly as repetitive. You don't want to stop playing when you're mad at a friend for getting lucky. No, you want to absolutely, utterly destroy them the next time you get the chance. That's part of what makes party games fun, being competitive with your friends and seeing who can win the most. Ironically enough, I think party games are some of the times I've tried my hardest when it comes to competing with my friends, and I'm sure many others feel the same way. But how do we replicate this? And how does that game incite a similar aesthetic in those who play it? I believe it's a mixture of everything we've seen. The laughter you feel when your friend unalives himself with a suicide pistol. The bewilderment and sweat when you make a sick play.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
The salt you feel when your friend gets so incredibly lucky. Holy shit, Adam. How the fuck did you manage to win that round? Excuse me. I think the party game genre naturally lends itself to creating this kind of atmosphere, where things aren't too competitive or serious, but everyone still wants to win. The chaos of RNG, the rivalry between the players, and just the overall emotional impact it has on everyone. In essence, that game's guns exemplify how aesthetics in a video game extend beyond visual appeal. They encompass the emotions they evoke, the laughter they generate, and the stories they help create. This combination of visual quirkiness, unique designs, and player reactions results in an aesthetic that is undeniably fun and memorable, perfectly aligning with the spirit of party games. Overall, I believe that a fun party game aesthetic can be created by many different methods, with guns being the method we've explored in this video. In conclusion, Dot Games provides a fascinating case study in crafting a vibrant and enjoyable party game aesthetic. While I've primarily explored the role of weapons in shaping this aesthetic, it's clear that there are various methods and design elements at play in creating a captivating party game experience, and the guns are just one of many factors. Duck Game demonstrates that diversity in aesthetics is a key ingredient for success. By offering an array of quirky and unpredictable weapons, it fosters an environment where every match is a unique adventure, and playing it again and again with friends doesn't get repetitive. The visual design, the audio cues, and the emotional responses these weapons evoke collectively contribute to the game's charming aesthetic. Moreover, Duck Game showcases how the aesthetics of a party game can be enriched through the emergence of gameplay strategies. Whether it's players button-mashing musical instruments, or the careful timing required for guns like the dueling pistol, these strategies arise organically from the game's mechanics, contributing to the overall aesthetic of unpredictability and fun. Thank you for watching.